All right, welcome back to the Battlefield Live radio program with Chris and Trey on We Are America Radio, Red State Talk Radio, and Buzz Radio Network. We're joined right now by Matt Robbins from American Majority. Matt, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So American Majority, we see you guys, you're up everywhere around here. You're running a lot of the boot camps, the activist boot camps that have been going on here. Talk a little bit about the boot camps, why the boot camp format, why the different tracks, what's the goal?
You bet, because a lot of our activists, a lot of our candidates, a lot of our campaign staff and team members, even on primaries at the presidential level, need a kick in the butt. They need to understand the tactics, techniques of the left. Netroots Nation has one of these events every single year. CPAC is a great event for socializing, networking, hearing great policy speeches, but until last year, there was no such thing as a training component at CPAC, which we felt was a great travesty. 12,000 plus people. We decided to take a captive audience, train at least 1 in 10 of those, which we're on track to do this year, about 1,200 people. This year we'll go through our 2-day, 48-hour program, started yesterday at 1 p.m. We've talked about millennial voting patterns, Latino demographics and how they relate to the movement. We've talked about leadership from Ronald Reagan's perspective. That's a going back to go forward idea. We do heavily on digital training and techniques because every campaign, no matter how good you are on the ground, has to marry that with social media, which is where everybody lives nowadays on their 4-inch screens.
What do you say to those who say, okay, you deconstruct the efforts on the left? So basically, we're conservative Alinskyites.
Absolutely. There's no, I'm Jack Bauer. The bomb's about to go off. I've got to cut the green wire. I'm reverse engineering this sucker. There's no shame. I was on the receiving end of one of Barack Obama's textbook perfect campaigns. There's no shame in admitting that they've perfected the process of, again, that air war, that messaging war, along with that ground war. The old-time union techniques, knock and drag, live phone calls, coupled with every social media platform, Facebook, sending you 3 friend requests from people you already talked to and already know who are supporting Barack Obama. This is 2008, by the way, I'm speaking of. They
That's
improved
right.
upon this in 2012. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a silver bullet solution. You've got to do everything well. Just like we rely on Amazon Prime, same-day service in some cities, grocery pickup, Netflix streaming. We get upset when the buffering bar starts. We got to hold politics to a higher standard, too.
No, that's a really good point. Yes,
Yeah, so one of the things that I always do, and this is a personal thing, in fact, when we wrote our book, we went back to try to find out where we missed the step, right? And look, I'm in construction outside of doing radio, right?
Right.
So in doing construction, I know construction people, for instance, are terrible when it comes to technology. They're always lagging in technology. So
Seems counterintuitive.
yeah, and so I'm looking at conservatives, right? And it seemed to me, especially in 2008, 2012, that the conservatives were kind of behind the 8 ball when it came to social media and things like that. But and one of the things that I find in being an activist myself is that I find that's kind of the run of the mill, and is there a reason for that? Is it just that our principles, that we feel like the principles sell enough, and that we don't need that extra push? Does that make sense?
Yeah, is it a demographic thing, or what is it?
It's partially demographics. A lot of our voters are senior citizens, and a lot of them have been slow to adapt Facebook, although now every grandparent and great-grandparent is on Facebook, and it's no longer the cool platform now.
Checking out the pictures of their grandkids.
Absolutely. The kids have moved on to Twitter and everything else, Snapchat all the way down the scale, Instagram in between. A lot of it is because in the past we have felt, and conservatives have felt, a perverse pride in our arguments being superior.
Right.
And I don't care how technically correct your 14-point plan for the privatization of county trash pickup services is.
Right.
Joe voter does not care because they want you to come to their door, smile and nod with an attractive young face, hopefully, and ask them for their vote.
Right.
What a concept. Personal contact. I know we're in an age where everything is remote, everything is done wirelessly, everything's done through technology, but people still, not just in the South, gentlemen, coast to coast, people still open the door for strangers every single day of the week. The old principles are true. Tip O'Neill had it right. It's all local.
No, that's a great point because, we find that I'm actually in ministry, and our older clientele, instead of doing CDs, they want the CDs still. They don't want to go to streaming online. They don't want to go. So I've
How
often
am I
thought,
own my movie?
That's right. That's right. So, American Majority. Tell us where people can go to get involved, how they can support American Majority. Just give us all the information on how they can reach out and be a part of the
Super
group.
simple. One-stop shopping. AmericanMajority.org is our website. Again, we're here at CPAC through tomorrow. Chesapeake D is the room here if you're here at the giant event. AmericanMajority.org, the big button you're going to want to look for is the resource tab. I'd love for you to donate to me using the red donate button, but the resource blue tab is where you go for 90, almost 100 separate resources, all free, all downloadable, all viewable right now. 24-page campaign guides, 24-page activism guides, 3-minute videos, podcasts, you name it, every style of resource known to man on there. There's no barrier for you to be involved in politics after you visit my webpage.
Before we let you go, if a local Tea Party group wanted to, really, send a charge into their organization, can they do that by partnering up with American Majority?
Absolutely. We travel. We've been to 46 states, trained 35,000 people, about 3,000 of which have become candidates. Several hundred sitting in office still today in 8 years of operation. Call us, email us, info@AmericanMajority.org. Request a training. That's a big button on the website as well. We'll come if you can put together 20 or 30 of your colleagues and friends. We'll spend a half day, a full day, 4 weeknights in a row. We will remove any obstacle to you getting involved and getting off your butt.
That's great. Well, thank you. Matt Robbins from American Majority, and this has been Chris and Trey on the Battlefield Live radio program on We Are America Radio, Red State Talk Radio, and Buzz Radio Network. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Don't go anywhere.